All right, guys, as you can see, I'm floating down the river in the rain, in the winter. I'm going steelhead fishing. Kind of grew out of this since I got my ocean boat, but water looks good. It's not freezing cold. There's been fish caught lately, so I'm gonna go give it a shot. This will be probably my only time steelhead fishing this year, so wish me luck. I got 3 rods with me, so I'll throw everything at them, and since I'm floating, I'll have all the honey holes, so stick around. I will do my best, and we'll catch you on the next one. Game warden. We're going with that, whatever you call that. Got a nice little set of rapids right here. You just toss her on up there, let the bead float down. As soon as that bobber goes down, fish on, baby. Keep your line ready to go. I don't like to go too far down. I hate reeling it all the way up. Get over there a little bit. Maybe one's hiding in that hole right over there. Yep, snag. Oh yeah, this is the best. The life, baby. All right, you guys want to see my setup? Quantum, Okuma, main line. I got a bobber stop and a bead to one of these bobber dogging bobbers here. These are awesome. These are probably my favorite. They got that nice flat deal for the resistance. Just a little swivel, and I tie my main line to the swivel part, and then my leader with my bead to the other side of the swivel, and then the little clasp, that's what I use for my little weight. And I put a stop down on the bottom just so I don't lose that $5 bobber. A couple feet to a bead. That's it. Easy as that. Sometimes I'll run my weight as a slider as well, but not today. This is a 10'6" Okuma SST, and then a Quantum Energy PT30. 40-pound braid. What's important is when your bobber goes down, you reel as fast as you can. You don't necessarily just set the hook like you would normally in any other kind of fishing, but this one you got to reel in because you got a lot of line out there below your bobber, and if you set the hook, it might not even get down to the hook. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to just start reeling at the same time you pull. You don't just set the hook and call it a day. I know that's a little snag spot right there, so I'm not too worried about it, but every once in a while you gotta, of course, check your gap here. I'm speaking for the guys that don't really do this. All you other steelhead fishermen, just ignore me. Everybody's got their own little ways, you know. So they ain't learning from me one bit. But all you new guys, if you're watching, this is my favorite way to steelhead fish. Used to drift fish, corky and egg, or corky and yarn and corky. That was like the old school way, you know. And then bobber dogging got really popular, and I got into it. I've been killing it since, this method. I do got a spinner and a jig set up. Kind of switch up here every once in a while, but 75–80% of the time I'm bobber dogging. This is my favorite way to steelhead fish now. Winter steelhead. And then of course, if you watch Stay Fishy, Mr. Jordan, he's always telling you to, when you come to a spot, work from the inside out so you don't miss any opportunity. If one's kind of hanging out right here in a little pocket, you'll catch it. Don't just assume to fish out there the whole time, you know. At least at the beginning, you kind of want to work your way out. This water's pretty good for them not hiding as much, you know. You gotta worry too much about your line and your rod and where you're standing as much, because they're moving right now. They're not on the bottom. They're not necessarily hiding out. It's definitely hard to find a good spot on this river. That's why I float. There are some rules you got to follow if you're going to float the river. You got to do your research. Educate yourself before you do it, but respect the bank guys. You know, I'll never pull into a hole and fish next to somebody while I got the pontoon, because they worked hard to get that spot, you know. And then you always drift right beside them, you know. Don't drift over the hole. Get up close to the bank where they're at. Just try to drift on through real slowly. Don't stir none of the fish up if they're holding in their little hole there. Just try to respect that as much as you can. Like if somebody were to walk down here and fish, I would move on, you know. I'd give them the hole. It's just how I am. So they got to hike in, they, you know. You know, I'd be happy with just a little trout. I don't necessarily need to catch the target fish that I'm going for. I'd be happy just bringing in a little cutthroat, you know. I usually catch a cutthroat while I'm out here, but or even an old rusty coho, I'd be fine with that. That's a problem right there. Man, I hate doing that. Messes up your bead. Sometimes you dry the line out. You dry the line out like this. Sometimes if you can get it to go through eventually. Nope. Go all the way to the end, flare it out. Look at this obstacle. Do a little hike. Exactly why right here. I brought a saw, but that's a little big. Just like that. Stay. There's one. There's a fish, guys. That's a steelhead. Get my net here. Oh yeah, it's a good one. That's a good one. Come on, baby. I need you right over here, there, boy. It's always a challenge landing these by yourself. That's a big one. That's a big one. Got him. Come on. It's all right. I got you. Good, how you doing? There we go. Well guys, I hope you got some of that. It was wet and rainy, but there she is. Pretty good one. I think it's a buck. Nice and chrome. Anyways, we're gonna do just a little bit more. Try to get me another one.